Hello friends, I'm Kingsley, a recent graduate of Biochemistry from a Nigerian university. Just as the video title states, my first decision will be to figure out what kind of student I want to be. Now there are two kinds of students anybody that is studying or got admission into the university, can become. First of all, a student that is focused in the academia or a student that is not. Now, remember that when you are focused in the academia, you begin to see that okay, after your BSc or BA, as a biochemistry student is BSc here. Now, after you've gotten your degree, you begin to see that you would like to, further your education, maybe for your masters or PhD. And then while you are figuring out, your masters and PhD level, you begin to see that even while you are still an undergraduate, you are trying to, publish research articles, are trying to publish papers, scientific works that will produce solution to humanity. So when you have all these things at the back of your mind, that okay, these are the things I want to do, you begin to see that you take it, very, very serious as it comes. Meanwhile, the other students that are not focused in the academia, it's not like they are not very serious. They are, because they'll be working in other sectors. And for you to actually prosper in the other sectors, you need seriousness and all that. So first of all, I would like you to figure out the kind of student you want to be. The second thing here is you start reading foreign textbooks. Now, already you've been given, admission to study biochemistry, and then, your lecturers have actually demanded the kind of books they would like you to buy. Now, as a student who wants to do well, I would advise you to try as much as possible to acquire foreign textbooks as much as possible. Do you understand? If you don't have the money, you can get one. We have Leninja. Do you understand? We have Harper's Illustrated. So get one, start reading them, start studying biochemistry terms, start learning about glycolysis, the TCA cycle. This, the basic things a biochemistry student should know. The third one there is that you should start learning about pathways. Of course, biochemistry is all about pathways. It's all about trying to look at, what happens in the body, especially the glycolysis, which happens in the cytosol, in the body of a living organism. We try to look at how is it that the glucose, the food that I eat, the rice, the other energy-giving food that I eat, breaks from glucose and then produces, pyruvate in the body. That's the pathway. We begin to look at TCA cycle that happens in the, matrix of the mitochondria. We need to look at how does it happen, what's the essence, what's the pathway. We have the pentosphosphate pathway. These are the things you should learn as a biochemistry student. Of course, some of your textbook might contain them, but it might not be very, very easier, for you to understand. So that's why I usually advise foreign textbook. So now you have to start learning the pathway. Immediately you got admission to study this particular course, you start taking them serious, start studying about your pathway. The next thing that you do is to get a private tutor or even attend public tutorials. Those are some of the things that helped me, while I was an undergraduate in the university. I tried as much as possible to, get a tutor. I attended a public tutorial here in school, and it helped me. One of the essence of this tutorial is that they try as much as possible, to teach you in an easier way what you should learn in school. They are not bringing different things. They are teaching you the same thing your lecturer will. But in this particular, scenario now, they try to break it down. You can ask your questions, as much as possible. Nobody's going to penalize you. I'm not saying a lecturer will penalize you when you ask questions, but I feel like, having this one-on-one interaction with someone that you've paid, there are a whole lot of things you can do. You can ask as much questions as possible. You can interact with that person anytime, anywhere, and then the person will provide answers or solution to you. Meanwhile, don't just go and get any kind of tutor. Make sure that the person knows what he or she is doing. The next thing you will do is you understand time. Value your time. In my university, biochemistry here was 4-year course. You understand? There are some institutions, maybe in Nigeria, that we have biochemistry to 5 years course. There are some persons in the medical field that are doing biochemistry just in their first and second year. Whichever, I want you to value your time. For you to actually do well in this university, you have to, value time. You have to take whatever you're doing seriously. In the sense that, this is not actually a time where you have to be everywhere, every time. They call you here, you say, okay, I'm available. No. Remember, let's say you have 24 hours in a day and then, you sleep for 7 hours according to World Health. You understand? And then you attend your lectures for 8 hours, Monday to Friday. 7 plus 8 is 15. How many hours do you have remaining? 9 hours. So imagine you use the remaining 9 hours to, interact with a lot of people, do this, do that. It will actually affect what you're doing. It will actually affect your program. So I would advise you to start as much as possible to value your time. Understand what you want to do. This is not your first year in the university. Is not a time where you have to get into a romantic relationship. I'm not saying getting into it is bad, but I'm advising you not to, especially in your first year in university, because it will affect a whole lot of things. The next thing you will do is avoid as many friends as possible. When you get admission to study this course biochemistry, this is not a time where you try to have everyone in the department as your friend. No. When you have many friends, the automatic definition is that you have no friends. Because this A will think that B should do it, C will think that D should do it, and all that. So the whole stuff will affect your program. So I would advise, don't have many friends. You understand? You can have one or two people that you're accountable to, but let it not be that, if you are 100 in the department, 95 are your friends. To be social is absolutely good, but during your year one, it is the time to actually understand who you are, what you want to do, the kind of program you want to involve yourself in, what kind of CGPA do you want to graduate with. Meanwhile, if you just got admission newly, or you're an undergrad, you don't know how to calculate your CGPA. I've already made a video about that. So you click on the video in the description. I've already uploaded that video. So watch and learn how to calculate your CGPA. At the end of the day, we just want you to be the best student you can ever be, because it's not easy out here, but I'm rooting for you and I know you will do academically. So thank you for watching. See you again in my next video.